In my work each and every day, whether I'm on a college campus or working with a corporation and with young professionals, what I hear is that they want to be a leader. They want to make change in this world. And I believe that they are a very driven, positive, and passionate generation. But a lot of times, employers and recruiters tell me that students today, recent graduates, young professionals, aren't bringing the skills to the table that they really need for them to be successful on the job. So Marshall, in your research and talking to global executives, young and those that are experienced, what do you believe are the 5 qualities or traits to being a leader of the future?
Well, in our research, which was sponsored by Accenture, we didn't interview the older leaders, we interviewed the future leaders. And we said, what do you think the important qualities are for the global leader of the future? See, we didn't interview the older leaders because they'll be dead in the future. We actually interviewed people to be alive. We thought that was a creative idea.
Good idea.
Good idea. And we came up with, or I didn't say we, they came up with 5 characteristics.
Okay.
The first one was global thinking. In the past, most of leadership was domestic. You're operating in your own country. Really, if you go further back in history, your own town, your own region. Leadership was very much more domestic. Today, it's global. Maybe you don't have global reach across customers, but suppliers, global impact. Global thinking came in as number 1. Then number 2, which is related to that, is cross-cultural appreciation. People of your generation, the younger generation, are really going to have to focus on diversity, not meaning just diversity in their country, which we've thought about diversity in the United States, cross-cultural diversity. How do I get along with people in different countries, different backgrounds from different parts of the world, and put these people together in a global partnership?
Okay.
Then number 3 is technological savvy. Very important. The global leader of the future doesn't have to be a technologist, not a person who's an expert on all technologies, but a person has to be technologically savvy. They have to understand how technology works. My friend Paul Argente is a professor at Dartmouth, a world's expert in communication. He said sometimes the knowledge of CEOs in new technology is pretty abysmal. They don't even know what social media is sometimes, and really behind the curve on this one.
Yeah,
very important to understand new technology and how new technology impacts the world.
Right.
Then number 3, building alliances and partnerships, critically important. Years ago, I worked for IBM, and they prided themselves on having no alliances and partnerships. Today, they're almost all alliances and partnerships.
Of course.
More and more, you've been in the pharmaceutical industry. You know what it's like. Pharmaceutical companies used to kind of go it on their own. Now, they have partnerships across.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they're customers, sometimes they're a partner, sometimes they're a competitor, sometimes they're a partner, sometimes they're a supplier, sometimes they're a partner. There are all kinds of partnerships that are going on across the company. And finally, shared leadership. Peter Drucker said the leader of the past knew how to tell. The leader of the future is going to know how to ask. The global leader of the future is going to manage people called knowledge workers. What's the definition of a knowledge worker? They know more about what they're doing than I do. Wow. If I manage somebody who knows more about what they're doing than I do, I can't tell them what to do and how to do it. I have to ask, have to listen, have to learn, and grow in the job. So these 5 qualities are seen as the most important qualities for the global leader of the future. I hope that made some sense to you.
It does, and I absolutely think that this generation is primed and ready to embrace those. But now knowing it and having a clear path to success, I think will be incredibly helpful. Thanks, Marshall.
Thank you.